Good morning, crafters, and a warm welcome to our Super Savers show here at Hunky Dory TV. My name's Dan. I'm going to be your host for the hour, but do not worry. For looking after us today is our producer, the emphatically effervescent Emily Relf. Good morning, Emily.
Morning, Dan.
Morning, darling. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
I'm
Thanks for that comment.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, what is a craft show without demonstrations? And may I introduce you to the demonstration station, our naughty but nice Natalie Musprat. Good morning, Natalie.
Hello, everyone.
How are you today?
You've given me a complex as the awful crafter. And you know what?
You don't know where
help
naughty
myself.
but nice comes from, do you?
I don't help myself either, though, because yesterday Kat was wanting things for her demo, and I had them all in my craft bag because I borrowed them to take to Hobby Maker. So I really don't help myself with that one. Always stealing stuff.
Do you know where naughty but nice comes from?
It's Christmas, isn't it?
No.
What?
No, it's not. People at home, do you know where the words naughty but nice comes from?
Has it got a good story?
You might be a touch.
Tale?
It's not. I don't know if it's a good story, but you might be a touch too young to remember that. I wonder whether people at home can remember that. Naughty but nice. Okay, what are we doing? It is our Super Savers show. So it's the 31st of March, which is the end of the month. At the end of every month, we go and have a look and find some awesome core products, some awesome consumables, things that you at home love and need, and we slash the prices on them. But we only do it for a week. Do we know, Emily, what date it finishes? The 10th. So these offers that we're going to show you today are available as of this morning. I think they went live last night, actually, but through to the 10th of April. April already.
Stop it. Really, stop it, because I'm really stressed out about how fast this year's going.
Isn't it going fast?
Like I thought, yeah, I can plan a wedding in a year. That's not a problem at all. 2 months have flown by. Nothing has happened.
10 months left to the wedding, is there?
I'm really stressed.
Do you have a date?
Yeah.
You have a date? What's the date? Are we allowed to say? I don't know. Sorry.
The 15th of February next year.
15th of February. How exciting.
It's not exciting right now.
Is it not?
No.
Is it a bit of trepidation?
Yeah, a little bit stressful.
Still lots to do.
So much to do.
It's April already. Isn't that crazy? Well, I do think, because the year is moving so fast, we should move the show along.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. How's about we take a look at our Win It Weekly? I love this Win It Weekly, absolutely love it. So Emily has chosen a little cracker here. Let's take a look. Ooh, put them in the right place. This is the Secret Garden Complete Collection. And stamps is a bit of a theme for today's show. And
it
finishes
is. I'm
as well,
very
isn't it?
excited that it's stamped.
Which is brilliant. Okay,
These
so we've got
ones are amazing.
6 detailed stamp sets here worth £48. We're going to have 3 winners. So we're actually giving away almost 150 quid's worth of goodies. You've got the doors there, the little fairy doors. You've got the lock. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous large format stamps. There's the book there with the flowers. The gorgeous little cute animals in there. We've got the wishing well. And we also have another one of those lovely secret doors. Some beautiful, beautiful stamps. Lots and lots of sentiments in there as well. Could be yours for free. We're going to give away 3 sets of these, and we're going to give them away. It's coming up to the end of the week. We're going to give them away tomorrow in our Thank You Craft
Can you believe it's Thursday today as well?
Can you believe it's Thursday already? But to be in with a chance of winning these, we want the answer to this question. We'd love you to like and share our show as always, but we'd like you to comment with how many hearts does an octopus have? How many hearts does an octopus have? Is it A5, is it B3, or is it C2? So it's more than one.
Yeah.
It's more than one.
We know that.
That's a lot. Well, they have 8 arms, don't they? We know that.
They're not arms, they're tentacles.
they're
We had this on Monday.
Did you? Sorry.
They're tentacles.
They're tentacles.
They could be arms. I mean, imagine getting a hug off an octopus.
Wow. Oh, it would be awesome, wouldn't it?
And it would be like really satisfying as well because you get all those pops.
All those... Very good. How many hearts does an octopus have? Give us your answer to the question. You can do it on YouTube if you're watching us on YouTube. In the comments, you can do it on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook. You can also do it at the Hunky Dory Hub, which is full of awesome education galleries, really cool stuff. And that's at hunkydorycrafts.co.uk, which is where you can see and buy all of the goodies that we're going to show you today at incredible Super Savers prices. Shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Well, there are a couple of requests. And I like this, guys. If you at home have certain products that you want to have discounted or better prices on for our during Super Savers, let us know. Email us. You can email me. I'm Dan at hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. You can email Emily. studio@hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. You can email service@hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. Any of those, let us know. And we've got a couple that have been requested, and we've done some really good deals on them. Should we take a look at the first? So here we go. This is our glitter gemstones bundle. I love that there. It says 576 glitter gemstones. Do you know what? I counted these earlier on because I didn't know that that would be on there. That was a waste of time. I did, genuinely.
Oh my goodness.
You can multiply, it's all right. But
so you just counted one?
I counted one and then multiplied. But
how long did it take you? 30 minutes? Moving on.
30 minutes. I was done in 25. We've got the glitter gemstones. These are all individually self-adhesive. Nat, can you see, I'll point to it. Can you see that there?
Stop it.
Stop it. RRP 1992. We have slashed a tenner off it.
Isn't that great?
£9.92.
These are good to stock up on as well because people will be Christmas crafting soon.
Oh my gosh, won't they just? I love the monochromes, that's beautiful. The purples in there. There's a sneaky pink seems to have sneaked in there a little bit. There's some pinks later on. We've got the blues. Is it blue? Is it green at the end? Nobody knows.
Nice teal colour, isn't it?
Isn't it gorgeous? Sepia's there as well. Amber sparkles, that one's called. There's your greens, proper greens. And of course, your proper pinks. 576 gemstones there. They're all individually self-adhesive. 3 different sizes as well. That's a fib, is it? They're 2 different sizes. Let's take a closer look. There are 2 different sizes on these. I think there are 3 different sizes on the pearls that I'll show you in a minute.
Yeah, that's
yes.
Right.
The pearls are also on Super Savers this month. These are slightly more expensive, but they're slightly more expensive for a reason. A, there are more of them. There are more packs. There's 9 packs instead of 8. But also, there are more gemstones in total. Now, this is brilliant. This is why it's worth prepping. Okay. 1,080 individual gemstones on your pearls.
And that took you 45 minutes.
We've got Mother of Pearl, which is absolutely gorgeous.
My ultimate favourite pearl.
Has to be.
Ultimate favourite.
Beautiful. Is that your ultimate favourite?
Stunning.
Pearl or gemstone?
To craft with, probably a pearl.
Okay, perfect. We've got gold and silver. Lovely gold and silver there. We've got the pinks. Love that deep pink as well.
I know. These just add so much. I love a classic gemstone. I do love a classic gemstone, but these are like the classier version.
They are, aren't they? They are, aren't they?
Put these on too. More matte-tastic collections, I would think these look gorgeous on.
Probably because they've got some sort of shine to themselves, as you can see. Yeah. The sheen is going to work really well with the matte-tastic.
It looks really, really good.
Sepia, beautiful. Oh, they're gorgeous. Look at that there. This one is beautiful. Obviously, you've got the black there, beautiful, but that is cracking.
Everyone's favourite is this one.
This is, we didn't know whether it was going to be, so this is Tropical Twist. So when we launched this, we had these left at the end and we thought, I don't know, they make a really nice set, but will people love them? And it's one of the best sellers.
It is one of our favourites.
So as you can see on screen there, you've got 3mm, 5mm and 7mm. Each of these can be taken off and popped onto your project, usually in the corners. And I noticed, Natalie, that people do them in 3s. 3 is a magic number, isn't it?
3 is the magic number.
Which is something that De La Soul said back in the 1980s, but there we go. Showing my age. If you're going to take them off and put them onto your project...
Scooping.
What are you going to do it with?
You're going to use a scooper.
This is the 3rd product that was requested to be on Super Savers this month. It is our 3-in-1 die brush. It's a lovely piece of kit. So
nice.
It's for getting rid of for intricate dies, really, isn't it? Let's go over to Nat. That's better.
Nice. So it's got a really nice, comfy handle to it. You've got your brush finish here, which we all know if you've got a die that's super detailed, just run this across and all of those bits and pieces are going to fall out instantly. Then you've got your pokey tool for all of those pesky bits that stick in. But then you've got this little number on the bottom, which kind of is like a fancy foot. But if you're...
A fancy foot?
Yeah, it's like a ballet foot, isn't it? It's pointing a little bit. But if you want to get your gemstones off here and onto your cardstock, it's the perfect companion.
Oh, and that looks lovely. It looks like a little sandal, like the end of a little sandal. Is that just me, or just me? You'd wear that at the beach, wouldn't you?
It is the greatest gift for gemstones, glitters as well. Do you know if you just want a tiny bit of glitter, just scoop it up with this. It's perfect. Also, lifting your tape off your cards.
Always. I see you do that.
All
you
the
do
time.
that. But that's the sharper one, isn't it? That's the
no,
pokey wokey
this
tool.
one is great for it because it
is
slides. If you're using the finger lift, it can slide under it.
Of course.
Perfect.
Okay, guys, that is £8.99. That's the third thing. We had 3 this month that people said, please, can we have these on Super Savers? I think we only asked people to start saying that, so you never know. We might end up with the Super Savers at some point, which is all things people have asked for.
Which would be great, wouldn't it?
It would be ace because it means that you're getting the awesome discounts on things that you want and are asking for. Okay, we said today is about stamps and finishes. I'm going to go over to Nat for a demo soon, but I'm going to show you two or three products first. Here we go. If you're in the market for some ink pads, what could be better than our Prism ink pads? Lovely dye-based ink pads. There are 20 different colours here. It's a lovely core selection that we've put together. Full price would be £59.80, but because it's Super Savers, it's £29.99. A lovely selection. A lovely selection of colours. You've got pinks in here, the smoked paprika and the cherry walnut, beautiful. You go into greens with the apple green. Orange zest is really popular, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nat uses that all the time. I know you've got French
ultimate
navy.
favourite. French navy's good.
That's brilliant.
Super, super deep.
Which is your ultimate favourite?
The orange zest.
The orange there.
Of course.
We've got Blue Lagoon, we've got Nautical Blue. There's so many different colours in here. You've got some reds as well, but all different colours of the rainbow there. And available for £29.99. Nat, you're going to be using these, aren't you? So we're going to be able to show people those in action.
We use them all throughout today.
And I think that you're going to also be using, in your demonstration, I should show you 2 more things.
In all of them?
You're going to be using this
as
well, which is too big really to fit on the close-up. Here we go. It's our Premier Craft Tools Mixed Media Mat. £17.99. At the moment, because of Super Savers, this is available at £12.99. It's silicone based.
Yeah.
Matt, can you just talk us through it? Because if we've got it on the overhead.
So, yep. You can kind of see it. I'll just move it over across. So it's A3 in size. This piece here, I've got a piece of A4, so you can see how it would fit your A4 in perfectly. You've got a little bit of gap if you need to stick it down. You've got these really cool segments here, and we'll use them in my demos, which I like to use as like little paint pots. So when I'm colouring in with my inks or my Glimmer mists or anything that needs it, or even if you're using your pencils and you sort of scrape the pigment off, you can pop it in here, use it, and because it's silicone, even if it dries up, you can just add a bit of water to it and you'll sort of like reignite the colour. So it's great for that, but also smooshing backgrounds, you can use this base for it and it's going to pick up lovely. I used it in all of my demonstrations. On Hobby Maker, when I'm doing my stamps, I love to use it because it's also really great. So when I'm doing my messy crafting, I can do it on here, then I can lift it up and use this that's nice and clean to do all my construction of my cards.
And it cleans off so well, doesn't it? So
well.
Easily.
Just with like baby wipes, you don't, or even if it's not super messy, you can use like kitchen roll, anything like that, just wipe it clean and it cleans off.
It's really good because that silicone doesn't absorb the colour, does it? So it sort of sits on top of it, which is really good.
And also it's heat resistant, so you can use your heat tools over it and it's not going to damage the base. It's
an awesome little mat. It's not a little mat, it's a big mat.
It's a big mat.
We also have a mega mat as well that we do, which is like a purple silicone one, isn't it? That doesn't have the little ink mats, sections. Is that live?
Yeah.
As in, have we not told anyone about it?
No,
yet?
I think it's brand new.
Has no one seen it yet?
I don't
okay, we don't have one of those. We don't have one of those. But if we did have, then it would be coming soon. Sorry. Moving swiftly along, but what do you want to do? You want to do some stamping, don't you?
Yes, I want to do some stamping.
And if you want to do some stamping, you need some
stamps.
Yes, you do. So let's give you some stamps. How about some stamps at half price? I've gone red after telling secrets I shouldn't have told. Here's our Designer Selection 2 A6 stamp set. 53 stamps in total on this, and it's 24 quid instead of 48 as a bundle. You can get that today on hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. FTLS bundle 140 in our Super Savers show.
What a great deal for anyone who's starting out in crafting.
Perfect.
And we had lots of people who commented on yesterday's show about like how easy those stamps were that we brought to you yesterday. These are just the same because they're all individual stamps. So they stamp all of those little bits and pieces together. You can create your own cards. You can create backgrounds from this. They are a really great bunch and super fun. You can see that there's lots of different occasions that they're going to work for as well by the sentiments that are used on them. But
it's a real mix as well, isn't it? Of sort of big background
mix.
stamps here, and then the centerpiece stamps like these, but also lots of sentiments and accoutrements that you could use with your. Thank you, yes. That you could use with your stamping. I tell you what, should we go across to Natalie for our first demonstration?
Let's do it, because I'm really going to try and show you the 3 different ways you can use your ink pads. So first of all, I'm just going to tape down this little piece, and this piece is just under 5 by 7. And then what I'm going to do is I want to create some stripes across here, but I don't want them to be straight edges. I want them to be a little bit wonky. So I'm just going to pop my tape on here like this, and then I've created myself a little sort of line that I can, I'm just trying to make sure that that's straight, a little line that I can colour over with my blending tool, and I can create a nice little effect here. So one more on here, because we're going to use these 3 colours I've already selected from our amazing big bundle that we've got on today's show. So I'm going with Orange Zest because it's my favourite, Camellia Pink, and I've gone with Apple Green as well. So
I'm just going to point out, for the sake of all of our viewers, that I have not got the faintest idea what you're doing, Natalie.
This is good.
I love it, but I don't know what it is.
This always happens when we're on a show together. I can tell, I can feel your energy, and you're just like, what on earth is she doing? So let's show you. I've got my little blending tools on the bottom of here, and that's how we tend to keep them at Hunky Dory. We've got little hook Velcro on the back, and you can just pop it in. Now what we're going to do is run this over here to create our background. Now I want to create sort of like an ombre sort of pattern down here. So I'm going in really quite light, and then towards this end piece is where I'm going to add a lot of colour. So we're going to do that in each 3 ways, and I've just added that tiny bit of paper underneath because my strips aren't quite big enough, and I don't want to get the colour into those gaps. So then we're going to do it in pink, and this is a really nice fresh sort of like red pink colour. So we'll just do that again, lift it ever so slightly up as we go further along, just to lighten that colour, and then again I'm going to go over it. So using your blending tools is a great way to use these ink pads to create really fun backgrounds. But what we can also do with these is you can also stamp onto here, and it's going to give you a completely different look of colour. So I'm then going to remove, I'm going to keep them on actually for now, and then I'm going to bring in one of my stamps. The first stamps that we're going to use for our demo is our paper hugs. It's really, really sweet. And then I'm going to take my small envelope, and I'm just going to stamp it in colour here. The same colour.
Okay.
And you can see already
that the outline is showing, yeah.
You can see the outline because the concentrate of colour that you get from stamping with your ink pads to blending with your ink pads is completely different. So you can still see your image, and it just gives it a really nice look. So we'll change it up again now, and we'll go in with the pink.
Natalie?
Yeah?
We had a couple of people who worked out what Naughty But Nice was from. We mentioned at the very top of the show, I introduced Natalie as our Naughty But Nice Natalie Musprat. Janie got it right, Wendy got it right, a number of people. It was an advert from back in the 1980s.
Oh, an advert. Well,
it was an advert for cream buns. It was cream cakes.
Cream buns?
Cream cakes are naughty but nice.
Yeah, it's true actually.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
You feel very naughty when you've eaten a cream cake, but my goodness, they're good.
They are.
Well done, everyone.
I don't often get to have a cream cake nowadays, but when I do find a good gluten-free one, I do tend to enjoy it. My favourite. So now we're going to peel this off, and that's going to reveal that really nice sort of edged finish that we wanted to create. So you could have done this with just straight pieces of ink, of tape, sorry, but I wanted to create that really sort of loose feel there. So we've got our three
It's amazing how it works.
edges.
You keep that lovely crisp white, and you get this lovely line, don't you?
Yeah, and you can see it quite nicely on there as well. So what I'm going to do just before we move on to the next section is add in my sentiment, which is going to be, this is a paper hug. So I'm going to pop that probably about here.
In black?
In black, so it's nice and visible.
There we go.
And then I'm going to move on to the next section. So let's just pop this to one side. And I'm going to bring in my 3 larger colours. And then on my mat, I'm going to use this to lift up my colour. Because it's water-based, you can get another completely different look to your colouring by using your water pen. So I'm just going to lift this up ever so slightly, mix this in with my colour, and then we're going to colour in our pads. And this gives you a really, really loose look to your ink. And you can leave it to dry a little bit and then add more colour into different areas. I'm just going to clean.
I'm just going to talk you through a couple of products that Natalie's using. So let's just grab that water brush. We've got that on Super Savers. So £6.99 for a trio of water brushes. You've got the small, medium and large brush sizes in there. And they're dead easy to use, aren't they? So you've just added water to it.
Yeah, so you just take off this top section here and fill it with water from the tap. And then it has this
Not fancy water, it's just tap water.
Oh no, just tap water's fine. And then you
Not Evian.
You could do if you wanted to, your cards would be fancy. And then you just push here to release the water, and as you can see, more and more water is coming out. So it's completely up to you about the amount of water that you add onto here. But then, and you can do this with any of your stamps, you can colour them in and you can be an artiste.
And the more water you add, the more diluted the colour will become.
Yeah, so if you want to do like a really cool big wash, then you can do, and then like I'm doing, I'm just going into the section of the colour where I've not got as much water, because then that's going to create this really nice more defined look, and it's going to give my little envelopes a bit of dimension.
Some shadow, yeah. Okay,
so I'll do that again with my green.
Natalie also used some lovely blending tools earlier on. We're working Emily hard today. Let's see whether Emily can bring up some blending tools. There we go. So we've got blending sponges times 4 megabyte. So there's 4 packs of our washable and reusable sponges. Now that sponge is not the blending tools, isn't it? That's the sponges themselves. It says there's 4 packs, and we're going to show you them later. But in each pack there's 12 sponges. So that's 48 individual sponges, washable, reusable. But if you've got 48 different ink pad colours, then there you go.
That is enough to put on all of your little ink pads, isn't it? So now we're just going to add foam pads to the back of our bigger envelopes. And I'm going to run this over my little pieces we did earlier on. And if I'd have thought about it, I would have probably done my little sections a bit bigger so you can see more of that colour. But now all that's left to do is to stick this onto our card blank. I did really good at prepping everything this morning and making sure I had everything I needed in here, apart from foam, card blanks. So what I'm going to do is just...
It's not like they're an essential, that.
I know, right? So I'm just going to add... Oh, I'm an idiot. I used the piece.
Myra says that she loves the multimedia mat. She just used it to make a goth fairy from her dies for a friend's birthday card. Gothic fairy, that sounds quite cool.
What did you use to create your gothic fairy? Did you
Myra, let us know. What did you use?
So I'm just going to cut this down to 5 by 7, and then I can stick this now on top of here. And I could use some foam pads just to give it extra dimension. That isn't 5 by 7. We'll get there in the end, people. Don't worry, keep watching.
Someone must have moved those measurements, Natalie. Honestly, there's some tricks going on in here, aren't there?
We'll get there in the end.
Anne Richards says, she's on Facebook, watching on Facebook, I think. She says, the secret I want to know is when are the Curious Cats being launched?
Oh, who's been telling secrets?
Who mentioned the Curious Cats that are going to launch during our takeover on Hobbymaker? Who mentioned those?
Was it you again?
I don't know.
It was, wasn't it? Have you been writing things in magazines?
Week after next. Who mentioned that?
Honestly.
I don't know. I might have been writing things in my magazine.
I'm going to have to stop you. And then I'm just going in with my scooper, and I'm adding a few gemstones here and there just to add that little bit of something to my card now.
And these are your pearls. And
these are my pearls. So I've gone in with pink, green, and then I'm going to go in with the Tutti Frutti because it has the most gorgeous sort of, it's a very light, more of like an apricot orange, but if it's orange, I'm there for it.
I love
and then there you go.
It's such a nice clean card, isn't it, Nat? Really different. Some nice techniques being used there. So Natalie's used the ombre effect with the not brush markers, with the blending tools.
With the blending tools.
A little bit of line detail with those with that stamp, but also the lovely wash with the water brushes. Really, really nice, colour coordinated. This is a paper
hug.
Very nice. Natalie, thank you very much.
You're
That's
welcome.
demonstration number 1, but it's not the last demo we're going to have. There will be more. Let me remind you, why have I got my pencil? I don't know. Let me remind you about our Win It Weekly question. Here we go. The Secret Garden Complete Collection. You can get 48 quid's worth of stamps delivered to you for free this weekend. Before we do, can I just tell you about our team, dispatch team, the service update? They are doing an awesome job. Orders that were placed yesterday are going out today. Orders that were placed this morning are going out today. Wow. They are doing an amazing job. So if you get your Super Savers orders in this morning, there is every chance that you'll get them tomorrow, Saturday, certainly for the weekend, which is fantastic. Okay, so if you want to be in with a chance of winning those Secret Garden Complete Collection, we want the answer to this question. It is, how many hearts does an octopus have? Is it A5, B3, or C2? I've seen quite a lot of people on both Facebook and YouTube mention the number 3. I don't know the answer myself. Let us know. Friday, 10 o'clock on our Thankcraft It's Friday show. That is when we're going to give the answer and tell you who has won. You'll get all the way up until about 10:45, is that right, Emily, to be able to get your answer in, but no answers after that point. Okay, guys, some more Super Savers products. This is a cracker. It's very important. If you haven't got one, this is your opportunity to get one. It is our stamping press. Huge savings. It is. It's a tenner that you're saving. You've got the lovely magnetic top on this, handy grid. But Natalie, have you got one over there that you can show in detail?
This is honestly a lifesaver, and we were talking about this yesterday on the show, and I did tell you it was coming up today on Super Savers, so as to hang on with buying it. So it works in a really great way because it's magnetic on these points. So normally they're spring or they're sort of a latch stamping, a hinge stamping press, correct? Which means sometimes you can get a little bit of movement and you get that sort of mirror on your stamping, but not with this one. The reason is because it connects really nicely to those magnets, and then you just push it down all 4 corners. So you can see, even when I'm trying to move it, it's not moving in any way apart from up and down. So you're going to get that really nice finish. You've got the grid obviously on here if you're wanting to line up stamps, but then you've also got centimetres and inches across both sides. So for anyone who likes to line up their pieces, you're going to be able to do that really nicely on here. Make sure that your stamps are in, and then it's magnetic, of course, so you can just use your magnets to stamp to keep down your paper or your medium that you're using. And also yesterday Kat used this to keep down her masks when she was blending on top of it, so that's another great use for it. But it's just a fantastic product, and when we were bringing this to you, I think me and Anne-Marie had about 3 stamping presses to try because we wanted to get the best one for you, and we vetoed a lot of them because of the fact that you did get some movement, and we didn't want that. We wanted it to be perfect for you every time. So that is why we have this amazing stamping press, and it's just fantastic. And I know loads of people will be commenting now to say how much they love theirs, how much they use it all the time, how much they were worried about stamping and now they've come back to stamping. A lot of people who have trouble with their hands, and they have quite shaky hands as well, who once loved stamping, couldn't do it anymore because of the trouble of having to be quite precise when you're doing it. With this, all of that trouble is taken away. And also, if you've got a big stamp and it misses any sections, you just go straight back in with your ink, place it down, and your perfect image will appear. It's
absolutely
incredible.
It's lovely. Now, I wouldn't say this, it's not up to me to say it, but Caroline Johnson can say it. She said that she had to buy this and give her old one away. Obviously, recycling, absolutely giving them away, but you will find that we believe that this is the best stamping press on the market. It's up for other people to make that decision, but the reviews say that this is rather special. So if you want your stamping press, £24.99, you're saving a tenner, and that is until the 10th of April. Is that right, Emily? It is. Can I show you? Oh, Natalie, while we're there, if you would just move to the side your silicone mat and show what's underneath it.
My A3 cutting mat.
It is Natalie's A3 cutting mat, which is currently available for just £10.99. My glamorous assistant. For just £10.99. It's double-sided, it's non-slip, it's got different measurements on each side. You want your centimetres.
You also have your card measurements, which I think is really important too.
Absolutely.
So on like this section here, you've got like from 3 by 4 all the way up to 8 by 8. So if you're wanting to make sure, and I often do this, that say I'm putting like a strip down the centre of my card and I want to make sure that it's dead in the middle, then you can line it up on here and use these grid lines to do that. It's quite clever.
It's really useful. Do you know what? One of the things that it's really useful for is just checking what size your card blank is. You know when you grab a card blank and you're not sure whether it's 7 by 7 or 8 by 8?
We do that
You just put it up to that and you know immediately, yeah, that's the right one. We have these cutting mats available in a number of different sizes. So you've got your A3 one, which is their big beast there that we use here each and every single day. It's really, really good. And do you know what? One of the reasons why it's really good is because it costs so much more to ship. But we didn't want to make it a really expensive product. So £14.99 normally, but £10.99 right now. It's triple layer actually, so you might be able to see there. There's a purple, then a white, then a purple. Self-healing as well.
Yeah, and that's so important too, because there's a number of things where you like cut into it with either your craft knife to fussy cut, or if you're using your Anywhere hole tool punch, it'll put like little divots in.
Little divots.
But you can't feel it, and it's really, really nice.
It's really good. We've got a 12 by 12 version as well, should you like your 12 by 12 one. This fits perfectly.
£6.99.
As if it was planned, it fits perfectly into the recess in our adorable scoreboard. Which is rather special. So again, same idea. You've got your different card shapes on there. You can find the centre points of things quite easily. We have a little one as well. It's the
mini.
It's small, but it's perfectly formed. It's 8 by 8. It's £4.99. So if you are crafting on the move, this is a good one.
It also fits into your smaller one, doesn't it?
It also fits perfectly well into your adorable scoreboard mini.
So it means that when you're crafting on the go, if you're travelling, if you're on holiday and you want to take some craft stuff with you, that you automatically have a portable crafting
You certainly
station.
do. A little bit of portability. Right. Something absolutely essential here,
my goodness,
and
I'm so
very,
excited
very
about this.
versatile as well. Looks like just a one sheet of white paper, but it isn't. It's 100 sheets of Ink Me 300 GSM cardstock. It's proper cardstock, guys. Because it's Ink Me, it means that it's uncoated. You can, but it's super smooth, by the way. It means that you can ink on it. You can add any kind of colour to it with any kind of finishes that you want, and it's going to absorb that and take that perfectly. It's got a lovely, super smooth finish that's perfect for stamping and perfect for line detail as well. Have you seen the price?
It's incredible.
Normally 20 quid, and I know that this can't stay at £20 for a 100 sheet pack for very long, and I know that because I know the prices are going up. I mean, you might have seen this just in the general world. Prices are going up so crazily at the moment.
Talk to me about up prices.
It's gas and electric are making you, aren't they?
Honestly, ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but board. I can't explain. We had board went up 33% last year.
Wow.
So board, right? We've had a 25% increase on board already this year. We're absorbing absolutely as much as we possibly can, and we do things where we do it in bulk like this to try and pass on any bulk savings that we can get, but it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah,
so,
it's tough, isn't it?
Stock up is what I'm saying. If you go through this, if you use it. Now, it's great for stamping, but what else is it great for?
It's great for stamping. It's great for creating card blanks from.
Creating card blanks.
Creating card blanks. It's the same quality of our Ink Me card blank.
It is Ink Me card that gets turned into Ink Me card blanks.
Exactly the same thing. So you can make your card blanks from this. You can do 6 by 6, but your back piece will be slightly smaller just because it's a tiny bit off.
Which they're meant to be.
Which they are meant to be. So you can do up to 6 by 6, and you can do obviously your A5 cards.
7 by 5.
But don't just think about normal sizes. Think about all your fancy folds. So all of the fancy folds that I think I've definitely done in the last couple of months on TV and on here, you could create all of that from these.
All from an A4, yeah. Absolutely. £12.99. It makes it 13 pence per sheet of 300
wow.
GSM.
When you think of it like that, it's incredible, isn't
it? It's beautiful. Yes, it's just a load of white, so it's not that exciting to do that with,
but those
it feels
people
good.
Who know Ink Me cardstock will know how exciting this is.
It's really, really good. Okay, so grab it if you can, because I can tell you what, that price, that £19.99, won't hold long term. I know that. We'll either have to bring the quantity down to probably 80 or so, or the price will go up to $24.99, I would have thought, because that's the sort of increases in pricing that are going on. It's crazy. Okay, Glimmer Mist selection. Love this. Now, I know that the camera has been set up because we're fancy here, but we're not as fancy as to have those cameras that do all that movie movement.
Oh, no.
Not yet. We might
do.
So I know that Emily, I think Emily wants them. Emily has set this up and it fits so perfectly. These are our Prism Glimmer Mists. It's the new selection, gorgeous colour, some beautiful purples in here. That colour is ace. Can I see what it is? It looks like peach. Yes, it is peach. Beautiful. We've got more colours here. We've got a rust red, we've got a boy blue, mulberry, aqua green, moss green, steel grey, fabulous. Powder blue, forest green. Down at the front we have peach, violet, ash, misty rose and lavender. I can show you a board here showing you a load of these colours. There we go. And there's glimmer in them. Shake to wake. Is that right?
Yeah, you just shake it to bring it to life and it will come up beautifully.
Are you going to be using these in a demo?
I am in my next one.
Right, that's perfect. So we'll do that. Just bring the price back. So 35 quid instead of 60 quid. There are 12 of these. You can buy Glimmer Mists individually at £4.99 each on the website. I do think there's a multi-buy on them as well. But you're not going to get that incredible price because you're getting 12 for the price of 7 there, which is brilliant. Okay, and we're moving on to a little bit of Resist and Reveal. I love this. Is this in your demo?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, Resist and Reveal. This is an 8x8 clear foiled pad. 36 sheets in here. And when I show you, it's going to look like it's just white card. But if you look very, very, very closely, let's see if we can get it in the light. I'm not going to be able to do it, am I? Yes. Can you see how it just appears? Right, so at most angles you can't see it at all. Well, that's because this has got clear foil on it. It's actually foil, like your gold and silver foil, but it's clear. And lots of different designs. There's stars here. Let me see if I can show you the stars. But when you add colour to this, they are going to explode and appear out of nowhere. Or indeed, they're going to resist the colour, and the rest of the page is going to explode and appear. £11.99. £4.99. Who did that?
£4.99. Don't know.
Would you like this?
Yeah.
Kelly added them at the last minute. £4.99, Kelly, is a little bit too cheap, but there we go. We'll be having words. We have some fold and die cut letters that, again, you're not going to be able to see very well. Scrabble?
I love those ones. My favourite. We're using them in the demo.
Or Scrabble-esque letters. I'm sure I shouldn't be calling them Scrabble letters. Scrabble-esque letters. We have alphabet letters in circles there as well. And these aren't Resist and Reveal, but they are die-cut letters.
They are Resist and Reveal. Oh, those ones aren't. No, sorry.
We have a full alphabet of them. 5 designs, 2 of each, that's 15 sheets in total. £2.50.
It's amazing.
£2.50. Kids are going to be on spam again. What else? Oh yes, that's the one I was going to show you there. Let's look at these here. These are our Resist and Reveal fold and die cut bows. Natalie, are you going to use a bow, or will you be able to show us?
No, we're not going to use a bow, but I can show you how to do one.
Okay, I'll pass these over to you and you show us at some point. £2.50 again, 5 different designs, 2 of each. Let's pass those across to you. Thank you, Nat. And do I show my water brush now? We've talked about the water brush.
Can do.
That's what your water brushes look like. You've seen what Natalie does with them. It's much more impressive to see what she does with them. But they're green. Okay, Nat.
Okay, so I've got some letters here, and I've got this plain piece of cardstock. Now, what we're going to do, I wasn't too sure about what colour to do this with, but we're just going to, I don't know. I still don't know. So maybe we do the letters first, because I think I know what I want to do them in. So what you do when you get these home is just shake it to activate. You'll be able to hear that ball tool moving around. And what you want, which is different from this one to this one, is you don't want a lot of that mica sort of sitting at the bottom. You want it to have been really sort of mixed in there. And then what we're going to do, and I'm just going to bring in some blue roll here as well, is I'm just going to spritz this. And then when I now sort of take off the top layer of this, it's going to reveal the words that I've chosen. So I've gone in with my blue, my really bright blue, and then what I'm going to do is it says let's travel. And then what I'm going to do is go back in with steel grey to sort of mix these two colours together.
So realistically, it doesn't matter how much colour you're going to put onto these, it's still going to resist, isn't it? As soon as you wipe the colour away...
As soon as you just like dab it down, it'll sort of, that foiling that you've got on there will just sort of go back to normal, because it obviously, the colour doesn't sit on that foil. So it just goes back to normal and then lifts off. So we've got our words there that say let's travel. Now let's do our back panel. And I might move these out of the way actually.
It's
just
a little
to dry
bit
off
of crafty
slightly.
magic.
It is.
It is.
It
From
is
our
exactly
resident
that.
crafty magician, the naughty but nice Natalie Muspratt.
So let's pop these to one side. And then with my, just going to wipe a bit of that off. Because it shouldn't go everywhere, but I don't want it to really go on here. And then I'm going to go in with my steel grey again. And maybe a little bit of moss green. And I'm going to sort of do a few big splats. And then we can lift this up. And you'll have that colour sort of concentrated on there. But then you've also got those glitzy bits. And obviously, if then you want to, because you've got your colour on your pad, you can then add more of that colour onto the surrounding areas, and it'll sort of lift it up. But then once you wipe it, you'll sort of get those other colours. So then let's go back in with our blue, and we can go further away this time, and it'll do littler splats.
So with your Glimmer Mist, the closer you are to it, the more concentrated your colour will be. The further you are away, the more you'll get a spray or a spread.
A spray or like a big sort of section where it's going to come through. And then I think we'll go in with our green. So I'm going to try.
So can you hear that? You can hear that little bauble in there. Now that will wake the mica up, because the mica powder will settle. So it'll settle whether it's on its side or on its back, or however you store these. I think you should store them just stood up, and then there's no potential of leakage if you've not tightened the top enough, I guess. And
then you get this really cool background, and the colours that I've chosen are like blues and darker greens, so it kind of looks a little bit camouflage-esque with these colours that we've got on there. So let's pop this to one side now, and then another thing I'm going to do is bring in another stamp set. So I'm just going to clean this up because I don't want to get colour on my stamps, and then I'm going to bring it in. So we're going to go in with the travelling one from that collection. Obviously it works perfectly with this. So I'm going to bring in my image I've already stamped, and then I've got one that I've already stamped and I've coloured in a little bit here. So what I'm going to do now is use my little sections that I've got to put some of these colours down.
So Nat, these are from, and we can bring them back up on screen, from our stamps that we showed right at the top of the show. A lovely selection of stamps. It's our designer selection 2. There's 6 different stamp sets in here. It says 53 stamps in total, but they're £24 instead of £48. And it's a lovely mix of sort of background stamps. There's lots and lots of sentiment stamps. There's embellishment stamps. There's llamas there. You are the gin to my tonic. But there's also this lovely around the globe set that Natalie's using with the globe on, Let the Adventure Begin, Bon Voyage, and the suitcases that you can see there. There's also a little plane, isn't there, with a contrail behind it.
It's really cute.
Very cute.
So this, colouring your images in like this will allow you to have that really nice sort of shimmer effect on your cards. So you don't just have to use it to get messy, but you can use it on other things like this as well. But if you are into mixed media, they're definitely an essential that you should have in your stash for sure. So then I'm going to go in with that green and just colour in my countries. I'm not being super specific with the way I'm laying this colour down. I'm just kind of adding a bit more to certain areas than others, just so it looks a little bit more defined.
With regards to the Win It Weekly, we've got Julie, we've got Tracy, we've got Kitty, all on YouTube, all saying the same thing. The answer is B3 is what they say. Well, we don't know what the answer to that is yet, or I don't anyway, until Emily tells us. And that'll be tomorrow on our Thank Craft It's Friday show, 10 a.m. Who's on that? That's you and Nat, isn't it? You and Nat.
Kat.
You and Kat.
Yep.
It's you and you.
For this one, I did a really light colour of Wild Mushroom from our ink pads. So I've just gone over it now with this rust red colour, which is a really sort of like cherry brown actually. And I'm adding more definition to these elements. So you can put it on the feet, you can add it around the sides, on these bits here. And if you do sort of add too much on like I've done now, you can just flood this image with more water from your pen and sort of drag that colour out like I've done it there. But this is a really nice deep colour of brown. But just add in those bits in, especially when you've got sort of like a washy image like this, it really works. So now let's put all of this together, shall we? So just going to add a bit more under here. You can sort of see it fitting into the space, and then you can just drag all of that colour around, and then we can build this up. So this one is going to be quite a fun card. So I'll pop this all to one side, and I can just fold this over now, and if I wanted to recreate this card again, or if I wanted to add more colour, then I can bring that in and add more colour at the end. So let's go in with this. I'm going to go in with another item that's coming up on the show. You're going to ask me a question? I'm
going to ask you a question. So you've just moved the Glimmer Mist on that silicone mat, but I think the joy there is that it's not going to, it'll only dry out by evaporating. It's not going to dry out by soaking into that mat. So actually you can leave it there and you can come back to it in 20 minutes and it'll still just be sat there.
It'll still be there. Brilliant. So I'm now going to use my Duotones paper pad. These are 8x8 and I'm using Wild Mushroom again, which is this really light colour, and I'm just going around the outside edges with this stamp, and it's really light. It's not adding loads of colour, it's just giving me another texture to my card. So let's pop this on here. I'm going to do another one up here, and then I'm going to cut down now my piece of card that we've let dry a little bit longer. We're going to cut that down to probably 7x7, so you've got a nice section there, but I might just trim it down ever so slightly. But all these offcuts and these bits and pieces that we're moving around here, we're going to be able to use again. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut it down to 7x6, and then I'm also going to cut down a little strip that I can add somewhere else. So if I put this now on here, like so, then I can add this in. I might make this ever so smaller, just ever so slightly smaller. Let's just trim another piece off there and see what that's looking like now. Yep, I think we'll go with that. So I'm going to stick this on with foam pads just for a bit more dimension, just to lift it off that main image. And then let's stick our other piece down as well. Oops. Now we'll pop these on here. It would help to take the backing off, and then we'll put them on. So pop that around here. It's going to give you that nice look, and then this thin piece we're going to add back in with sort of like an equal gap the whole way around onto there. Then we can also add different bits and pieces if you want to. So I'm going to stick my images on. I just need to trim around this one, so let's use our scissors to do that, and I'm leaving quite a nice white edge, and I want to create quite a scrapbooky feel with this card, so we can don't worry if it's a little bit wonky or you've got sort of more white edge over one section. It is the sort of theme that I'm looking for with this. So then I can pop these in place of where I want them to go. So maybe they go down here, and then let's bring in our words that we created earlier on. And then if I put foam pads on all of these, then it'll be easier to stick them down once we've got on. Now, when you use your Glimmer Mist on here, it can saturate quite a lot of the ink knee, but don't worry, just leave it to dry fully, or use your heat tool just to dry it off.
We'll just add a little bit of heat, funnily enough.
And then if you're wanting to make sure that your mica stays in place, then you can use something like the Crafter's Companion sort of finishing spray, or super cheap hairspray from like that amazing shop that sells everything for one Great British pound.
And the deal is that the cheaper, usually the cheaper the hairspray, the better it is.
It's true. It's really true. I'm going to pop this on foam pads as well.
I think just simply trimming that lovely background into 2 sections really works, doesn't it?
Yeah, Kat did it on a card yesterday, and I was like, I might try this sometime. So I thought it would work really nicely with this, just to add a point of difference. So then, if I pop this down first of all, where it was going to go, I was going to have my, was it this way around? Yep, pop that there. This I'll add another bit of foam pad on just to lift it ever so slightly higher than that first panel that I've got. So stick that up there. Then our words we can pop on, and I'm just going to sort of have this as a scrabbly effect. So that's my, oh, I might be onto something here. No, that's an R. Do we have an E? There's an E. So I'll just take all of my backings off.
I love how you've got one on each finger.
And then we can pop this really quite coolly around here. So let's, and then I'm going to leave a bit of a space before I put my S, because obviously I've not got an apostrophe. And then take the backings off these.
So this looks so good, and was created, all that background and these lovely letters were created from that Resist and Reveal pad. The background was created from the clear foiled pad, volume 2 there. Normally £11.99, £4.99, which is just for our super savers, or indeed until stocks sell out, which I think it's got a fair chance of doing because of that crazy price. Okay, and we've got the letters,
just going to
which were £2.50 instead of £4.99, so they've gone
so
half price
good.
as well.
£2.50. I'd be getting them just for these little Scrabble letters.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Let's travel, and then the last thing to finish this off, I think we're going to have to put some twine on it.
We like a bit of twine.
We're going to have to throw some twine on there. So if I just trim this from this section that we have here, and then probably on this piece. So I'm just going to, should go the whole way around really, shouldn't I, and then bow it. This is paper, so it will bend, so be really careful when you're doing things like this.
Remember guys, your Super Saver orders that you're placing this morning, there is every chance that they're going to be going out today. They'll be going out, I should imagine, tomorrow at the very latest, but there's every chance they're going out today because the service team are doing such a super job, and well done to them. Shop online at hunkydorycrafts.co.uk, that is our website. Make sure that you are logged in when you place your order, because you're going to get 5% off all full price products on our website with just being a member of Club Hunky Dory. There's also that amazing club gift, isn't there, Nat?
Oh, I love that club gift. It's going so well as well.
There's not very many of it left. Already way over half the stock have gone. That was the last stock update that I saw, but I think I should imagine it's much more than that now.
Obviously, don't have card blanks today. However, when you've got your card blank, you can stick this on.
Natalie, that's lovely. Where are you going to travel to? If you could travel to anywhere, where are you going to travel to? Right now? Right now? Where are you going?
Somewhere where the sea's like see-through and you can see all the fish and snorkel.
Oh, that sounds nice. It's sure Diane McGowan is travelling. She's flying out to Benidorm tomorrow. She's just said on Facebook.
Enjoy.
I hope you have a lovely, lovely time. So maybe that card was for you. You're going to go and do a bit of travelling. So we've got, I'm going to remind you, Win It Weekly just one more time. If you want to be in with a chance of winning that lovely stamp collection, please let us know the answer to this question. Octopi are awesome animals, but how many hearts do they have? Is it 5, 3 or 2? Pop your answer on YouTube or Facebook. Do let us know. Okay, Natalie, you mentioned the duotone paper pads.
I did.
Which one should we go to? We go to this one. Here you go, duotone paper pads. Buy one, get one free on our paper pads, duotone paper pads. Each of these pads is, two, as it says at the top there, 2 colourful paper pads in one. I'll flick you through one in a second so you can see what I mean. Cornflower and Lovely Lilac. So you've got cornflower there and Lovely Lilac on the other side. You've got Petal Pink there, Fuchsia Fizz on the other side. Kiwi Crush and Crystal Lagoon. Oh, lovely. You've got Burnt Sienna and Apricot Burst. And you've got Intense Espresso and Honey. I'll just show you through one of the open ones. This is Licorice and Terracotta, which is also available. Remember, they're buy one, get one free. Normally £9.99 each, but they're £9.99 for two. It's Matte-tastic. If I show you right, I'll show you from this side. So I'll show you right from the beginning. So you're going to get lovely soft greys or licorice. You're going to get lovely soft terracotta here. But as you move through and flick through the pad, you'll see it deepening up, getting darker and darker, which means it's tonal. So they're all going to work together perfectly, these sheets, until you end up with such stunning deep, look at that.
So nice, isn't it? Deep
licorice and gorgeous terracotta. They're ever so clever, these pads. And again, from dark through to light, all going to work perfectly together. Beautiful. You get 48 sheets in each of these, 150 GSM. Because it's Matte-tastic, you can stamp on it, you can colour it, you can have whatever you want because it's a coated piece of paper. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so they're available until the 10th at this buy one, get one free price. We have a fingerlift tape bundle that I shall show you. In what looks like a vertical baked Alaska, but isn't.
It does look like a little cake, doesn't it?
It does. It's not. It's our fingerlift tape, and now we spare no expense here at Hunky Dory. We have this amazing automatically moving table. Bless you, Natalie.
Thank you.
Fingerlift tape. Now, bless you. You love fingerlift tape, don't you?
Yeah, there's so many fun things you can do with this, not just for sticking things on, but you can stick this and make backgrounds with your glitters. Super fun. I don't. I think I'm done.
Okay, we've got 33 meters in length in each of these. The outside or the carrier tape, if you will, is wider than the tape itself. The tape itself looks to me like it's 6mm. Maybe there's a mix on this. You'd have to, if you jump on the website, you will be able to find out. Go to the banner at the top. It says Super Savers, but it will give you all the details about this product. £8.75 instead of £17.50 for your fingerlift tape. Not, I repeat, not baked Alaska. There is a deal. Call it a deal. I don't know if it is a deal on foam rolls, which Emily and I have just realised that we're heavily disappointed in. 6 foam rolls for £6. It's not the best deal I've ever seen.
Is it?
I think they're £1.25 each. So actually, it says they're normally £9.99. They're not. They'd normally be £7.50. It is cheaper than buying them singly, but I don't think we've got the price right on that. So
it's also 3mm deep though, which is
it's 6mm deep. 5mm wide, 3mm deep. Oh, it's 3mm deep.
Yeah, so it's thicker than your normal foam.
Oh, it's
so
thick.
Perfect for shaker cards. Really, really good for your shakers because you've got that little bit of extra. Instead of having to put like 2 foam pads on, which we normally do when we do shakers, you can just use this, and your sequins are going to freely be able to move.
That makes sense. Maybe that's the reason why. But Emily and I weren't impressed with that. Maybe you are. I'm not sure. And we've got one last product to show you, and we're going to go to Natalie for a demonstration. It's some Premier Craft Tools Craft Glue Pen, and it's gone. But we have Craft Glue Pens.
It's in the box. It's in the box behind your Pepsi.
Or other cola, because other colas do exist.
Other things are available. In the white box
in
behind
the white
your Pepsi.
Box? Oh, that! Sorry.
Yes, that white box behind your Pepsi.
They spent a bit too much time looking at the back of a bald man's head then, didn't they? Okay, here we go. A pack of 6 of our Craft Glue Pens. Brilliant white glue, dries clear. Super, now £5.97 instead of £11.94. That's half price, isn't it? You're going to get them in a little bag, little box like this, and then you can do whatever you want with that little box. It's up to you because it's your box. Let's go to Nat.
Okay, so my last demo, we're going to use the duotone paper pads and our inks and our amazing llama stamp. So I'm going to just pop this onto my stamping press, and this is also another really cool factor about your stamping press is that if you don't want to stamp all of these images at separate times, then light them all out in this sort of order, sort of design you want them to be in, and then just pop it on your stamping press. And in sort of like the time it would take to stamp one image, all 3 of your images will be stamped and almost perfectly. There we go. So we have our sentiment, our little accessory and our llama there on our, just looking absolutely fabulous on this piece of card. So then I'm going to bring in my inks, and again, I'm going to lay them out in sort of like a palette. So this time I've gone for butterscotch, which is going to be my llama colour. We've got olive green for my cactus. We've got pink to decorate my cactus with. It's pink jelly bean, that one. And then I'm going to go in with peacock green.
Wow.
I might also put in wild mushroom just for a bit more on my cactus. And then we'll just bring in our brushes again. And I'm just adding my water to this so then we can colour these in. And this time I'm going for a really, really light wash on these. Not anything super fancy. And then I'm going to bring in my green just a little bit, just to touch up here, because we are going to add some other colours onto our llama, but I just want to add that in.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, of course you can.
You seem to be moving from colour to colour quite quickly with your water brush.
Yeah, you just have to.
Don't you get the cross-contamination of colour?
No, so what I've got here is just a piece of tissue, and you just squeeze it out, brush it along, and then the colour sort of like disperses from there.
And you can just use another one pretty much straight away?
Yeah, just add another one in there. So then my llama, I'm just going to, because llamas are a funny colour, aren't they? They're like a...
I wouldn't say it to a llama's face,
you can get a lot of different coloured llamas, actually. So I have just been llamarist.
Yeah, you were slightly llamarist there.
I was slightly llamarist.
Take it back.
But I'm just going to sort of mix in now my sort of really light, wild mushroom into where I've put those hints of colour with the butterscotch, just to sort of bring it together a bit. But obviously I want to have those nice like points on there. So then my pink is going to do my flowers on my cactus. And then the other pinks are going to do my hearts. So you can, even though these are tiny, tiny pieces, you can still add your colour onto these sections really quite nicely, and you're not getting in the way. So then let's do my stripy bits in this turquoise colour.
That's a lovely colour.
Oh,
we were watching it, animals a bit like llamas last night on David Attenborough's Dynasties. We love David Attenborough, don't we?
That one.
He's an absolute superstar.
I do love David Attenborough.
It was pumas last night that we watched. No, but there were llamas. But I don't want to talk much more about. There were llama-esque. I don't want to touch on much more about the llamas, because not all of the llamas, not as many llamas finished the show as started the show.
That's really
Is that
sad.
the best way to explain it?
That's really quite sad, isn't it? So, I'm not going to colour in the little bits of pieces around my llama. I'm going to add gemstones.
Oh.
So, my tiny, super little ones were going to fit perfectly onto here. So, I'm just going to go in, and we can switch up the colours because we've got so many different colours of like greens and pinks. I'm going to go in and add them on.
A bejeweled llama.
A bejeweled llama. This llama is...
This llama has style.
This llama's got a lot.
This llama has swag.
Stuff going on. There wouldn't be any pumas eating these llamas, I'll tell you that for sure.
No, because they choke on the gemstones. Our gemstones aren't for eating, people at home. It's very important you know that.
And then we're going to go in with pink. So I'll do the bright pink and light pink, I think.
You craft really well with your foot, Nat.
With my foot? Oh, I know.
Your little foot you're using there is doing a...
You can do loads with these feet.
She's incredibly talented with her foot.
A little point of your foot, and you can do loads of magic stuff. It's just really helpful for getting your gemstones on, because obviously the adhesive on the back sticks to them quite nicely. So, oh, I loved how this is turning out. Look at that. Style queen. Then I'm going to pop these onto my...
Natalie.
Or king. I'm not against that.
You're being llamarist again.
Can be whoever it wants to be. Let's cover these up. So I've gone with, there's two different shades of pink, so it really doesn't matter which one we use because they're both gorgeous.
And these are from your duotone paper
These are from my duotone paper pads, so perfect for matting and layering, but also really nice just to stamp onto as well. If you don't want to colour and you want a paper piece and things like this, this is an exceptional product to use. Also, you can use it with your iris folding.
Just look at the colour
It's just
that you've got on those two pieces there.
Gorgeous.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
I'm just taking this off and I don't have anything to stick it on with because as we discovered before.
Natalie, I do have 100 sheets of Ink Me Cardstock. Oh,
it's okay. I've got something. It's a little bit short, but we'll work with it. No one will ever know.
Apart from the fact it's also slightly too long. But we won't mention that.
We're just, next time, I'll remember card blanks. Pop that on there.
She had one job, one thing to remember.
One thing. I mean, it's not like I do anything else. And then we'll pop this in here. And I think, do you know, just to add even more like fanciness, let's just take our fine liner from our brush marker. And I'm just going to create like bunting.
Are you hand drawing bunting?
I'm hand drawing bunting.
I like it.
But instead of doing actual bunting, I'm going back in with the gemstones, people.
Do you know what? It's either bunting or it was like until you started adding the fairy lights, it was like a theatre. Like the llama was dressed up because the llama was on stage.
Well, it could be.
Living its best life until the puma comes along.
So let's not talk about the puma.
No more puma conversations.
It's getting...
Majestic animals.
It's getting sad, this llama. So, just adding a little bit of fun here. Everyone loves a bit of bunting.
What does it say? Keep
being lamazing.
Guys, this lovely llama stamp, it is available to buy singularly, I'm sure, on our website for £8, but you can get all 6 of those Designer Selection 2 A6 stamp sets for just 24 quid on our website right now.
Just to put you all in the mood for this card party that we've got going on here, there's definitely like a mariachi band, like do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, like partying in the background.
Excellent. Guys, thank you so much for spending an hour and 8 minutes with us today. It's our Super Saver show. And it's the end of our Super Saver show, actually. Before we go, I've got a couple of things to tell you. In fact, I'm going to say thank you first to Natalie for all her demonstrations.
You're welcome.
3 very different and very interesting demos today. Can I'm just pop across here
I'm not sure where
this.
the first one is. Oh, the first one's here.
I'll just show this. There we go. So that was with the Glimmer mist. You can see there you go, some it catching the glimmer there. But that with the resist and reveal, and that resist and reveal at £2.50 for those backgrounds.
I can't believe it's that cheap. There's so many different
letters.
designs on there as well.
It's ace, isn't it? And that's one of the stamps that Nat's used there, that lovely globe stamp. Perfect for the lady who was going to Benidorm. Very nice. Let me borrow those 2 as well. I'm going to show off your makes.
Go for it.
We go to this one. There we go. This is a paper hug, all dressed up in its envelopes with some pearl gemstones there. We've got pearl gemstones all over the shop today. And keep being l'amazing. Do you know what? That bunting really works.
It's cute, isn't it?
I'm glad you did that. I'm really glad you did that. Our lovely ink pads and so much more. Our Super Saver deals are available until the 10th of April, my good friend Emily tells me. A couple of notices and then we will let you get on with your day. Get the right one of these. Here we go. TV schedule. Pauline will be with you at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock today on Hobby Maker. Hobby Maker is the new TV channel that all of our Hunky Dory products are available on. They are updating their website soon. You will soon be able to search. You will soon be able to get all of your Hunky Dory goodies. I mean, across the board, all of our products will all be available through Hobby Maker. They have a great deal on postage where you can add as many things as you like during the day, and you only pay 1 single postage, which is very
incredible.
Good. She's with you at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. today with some great core essentials. Next up on Hunky Dory TV, and this is where I got my word from at the top of the show, the ever effervescent Natalie and Kat will be with you at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning to get you craft ready for the weekend. Only one thing to say, and it's end credits, it says. We'll see you tomorrow.